Live. It is Fire Day. Woohoo! Yes. And there are three gorgeous women on the screen right now. And I've got Brandy Holloway with me with the Phoenix Factor. Hello, lovely woman. And of course, Girls on Fire. Whoop, whoop. Let me tell you. I'm Vanessa Lane with View It to Do It. And nope, it's not Friend or Friday. It is Fire Day. But we have someone amazing out of Maryland right now. We've got Visa Shanmugam. I hope I pronounced that correctly, Visa. And she's with Becoming You LLC. She's a, mindset transformation coach. Good morning, good afternoon, everything.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. This setup is amazing.
What do you think, Brandy?
I'm excited because I've actually had a lot of talks with Visa, and I love what she's doing, and I'm ready to dive into this talk today.
Woohoo! So Visa, let's get into it. People want to know here in Hampton Roads, the world and beyond. Who is Visa? What do you do? What do you do? Let's start professionally. What do you do?
Well, like you said, I am a mindset transformation coach, and a lot of people are like, what is that? So what I love doing, what I live for every day, what I wake up for, is to help women become the best versions of themselves. And my little tagline is that I help women stop being powerless spectators of their life and become a powerful creator of their future.
That's amazing. That's amazing. For everyone that's watching right now with Brandy I and Visa, we are on several stages right now. We are simulcasting on my page, The Phoenix Factor, View It, Do It. We are on YouTube right now. And if you'll go and start leaving your comments on Fire Day on The Phoenix Factor, we're actually going to start pulling your comments online, actually, and we want to hear from you, right, Brandy?
That's right, we sure do.
So, Brandy, kick it off for Visa. What do you want to ask her?
Well, I actually, I have a ton of questions because I as well love mindset coaching. That's how I kind of got my start into everything. So what we really want to talk about as a coach, we see the word coach all the time, right? How do you differentiate yourself from other coaches, and what are you running into as far as social media and, getting a lead or a conversation going as a coach?
So how do I differentiate myself? One, I believe my culture plays a huge part in making me unique because I have an Indian heritage. Obviously, you can see from how I look. I grew up in the UK and now I live in the US. So when people ask me where I'm from, I don't have a straight answer for them. And that used to upset me a lot. But now I find that it actually sets me apart from a lot of coaches out there because I can understand so many various cultures. And my niche is other Asian women that have immigrated abroad, right? From either India, and now they live in Australia or US or UK. And it takes a lot to merge these two parts of you. And there's a lot of confusion that happens, a lot of limiting belief that happens. So I believe I bring that really unique perspective. And I also focus a lot on spiritual work. And that wasn't something that anybody ever taught me, how to connect to myself spiritually. And I love helping women connect to their intuition, talking about their energy and vibration. I'm a huge law of attraction junkie, so I bring that into my coaching. So I merge all of that. And I have a marketing background. I'm very analytical when it comes to my thinking. So I find that I can marry the left side of the brain and the right side of the brain, the masculine energy and the feminine energy, and really, bring that to life and make it something tangible for women. So going to your next question about, where do I find most of my leads from? I resisted LinkedIn for so long. I thought it was a dead platform. I thought no one's on there. And my husband kept telling me, try LinkedIn, try LinkedIn. And I was like, you don't know anything about running a business. I'm not taking advice from you. But finally, I caved. I started teaching myself on what to do on LinkedIn, blew up my business in the last 6 months. Almost every client I've received is from LinkedIn.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. Hey, I want to give a shout out real quick. Anton Gray is on. Awesome. We both know and watch and love Anton. Hey, Visa, I want people, now that we know, and they've heard just a little bit about you, I know there's a little bit more. And I know Brandy have been scouring your website. And I want people to know a little bit about your backstory, where you grew up, and where you moved on with your life, and how that really impacted you where you are today.
Yeah, so I was born in India. I lived there until I was 11. So one day my dad decided, oh, I think we'll move to the UK. I'm like, okay. So we up and moved to England. And then I lived in England from 11 till I was 21. I got married at such a young age at 21. And then I moved to the US. I had an arranged marriage. So that's a whole other story you can ask me about when you connect with me on social media. And I've been living here ever since in the US. And I've been through the corporate career route, right? I did everything I was told to do as a good Indian girl is supposed to do, which is study really hard, get great degrees, find a really great job, and that is what happiness is, right? And I drank that Kool-Aid for a while, and I kept waking up every morning going, wait, this Kool-Aid doesn't make me feel good, but everyone keeps telling me it's supposed to make me feel good. So it took me a while to wake up out of that stupor and actually start asking the questions of why am I not happy? I feel like a lot of people are afraid of asking that question because they're worried about what might come up. So I kept asking myself that every day, is this all there is to it? And I would feel guilty and horrible for not being able to appreciate my life more because I had this beautiful picture perfect life. So I quit corporate America out of the blue. And I decided I'm going to start running my own business because being a stay-at-home mom wasn't a good fit for me, but neither was working for somebody else. So I became a sleep consultant. That was the next available step that made sense to me at the time. So I got trained as a certified sleep consultant. And I started training really tired moms on how to get their children to sleep independently. And I'm a strong believer that the universe always opens the next door for you. At the time, it might not make any sense, but it is our duty to follow that intuition. So network marketing opened up for me because I wasn't making enough money in my business as a sleep coach. So I thought, oh, maybe this will bring me some extra income. And network marketing opened my eyes to the whole self-development. I believe that network marketing is an amazing, amazing vehicle to help you become the best version of yourself. And I just dove so deep into how can I become the best version of myself. And it was for selfish reasons, right? Because I wanted to make money in my business. And so I started hiring life coaches and business coaches. And I thought, I really want to blow up my network marketing business. And the more I learned about myself and spirituality, I just thought, oh my gosh, this information and knowledge has the power to change every person's life, regardless of what they do for a living. And so that is how I really stepped into my role as a coach, because I was sharing everything I was learning for free. I was turning up on Facebook Lives talking about the books I'd read. And people were like, you're really good at this. Like, you're so passionate about this. You should do this for a living. And I resisted that calling for a long time because I kept thinking, who am I to be a coach, right? And it took a long time to convince myself to get the courage to step out and tell people I am a coach. So that's probably a longer story version that you wanted, but yeah, that's how I ended up doing what I do.
No, I love that. And I think every coach, and really, we've even gone through that to say kind of who am I to set out on this, teach other people. And there's no degree for it. There's no college that you go to learn those things. And that's the beauty of it. You're taking the gifts and the skill, the skill set that you learn and being able to share that and change lives, which we love to do as well. So let's go back to, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all of those platforms. Let's talk a little bit about your business, the business end of things. Because one of the things I know even for myself when I got into my original job was in fitness and wellness for many, 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 many years. But they don't teach you how to market. They don't teach you about social media. They don't teach you all those things. And a lot of the people now, what I see in network marketing especially, which Vanessa and I are, doing with Girls on Fire movement, is teaching them to stop selling, right? Mm-hmm. So they have to tell their story. They have to tell their why. So you said you saw a big shift and you started getting a lot of clients on LinkedIn. What were you doing differently?
So LinkedIn, I started getting serious about my headline. It took me a while to chip away at what is at the core of my message, right? And I started writing regular LinkedIn articles. It's amazing how many views that gets. People think writing and blogs are maybe dead, but LinkedIn, my articles resonate with a lot of people. And I show up on video almost every day. But the challenge in LinkedIn is that it can only be 2 to 3 minutes long. So then that challenged me again to get really super clear on what is the one thing that I want people to take away from this video that I'm doing today. And I started building a following. And, so when I started putting offers out there, people who were coming to me were serious about working with me. Whereas I feel like on Facebook and Instagram, people are there for recreational use. So the type of clients that, they're not necessarily ready to jump and invest in themselves. But on LinkedIn, I feel like the people that you attract, they are ready to take that leap.
Exactly, Visa. Hey, and we're going to give out a shout out right now. We've got Rich Cardona watching. He says, hola. He goes, who am I? Famous last words. Glad you overcame that, Visa. Hey, Rich, thanks so much for watching. We also have Justine Hernandez. That's interesting. Every platform as far as video is concerned about anything, because, you handle a lot from the pictorial side of things. You're very passionate, and words are your thing. But every platform is different. Every length is different. And we're seeing a shift right now, Brandy, with the length of video right now, aren't we? Let's talk about that.
Yes. So I know we've been learning about these changes on Instagram and Facebook. They actually want you to make the longer videos now. They want you to keep people on the platform. So where we were being told to put up 1 to 3 minute videos, and that's the beauty of Instagram now, which you've been doing, and I'll let you share a little bit more about how you can share those, but IGTV is the way to go.
It is, and Visa does it well. We were scoping out her Instagram. She links from IGTV, boom, all the time to Instagram. So do you, Rich Cardona. I knew you do. Yes, less is more, exactly. You link all the time from IGTV to Instagram because it's great to be able to pull snippets. And then if they want to keep watching, they can watch the longer version. It really marries the best of two worlds, really. And it allows for you to have the short content, and it allows you to keep talking. So what is your passion? Why do you love to do that? I love also to do the IGTV to Instagram. I see Rich do it, and I know he likes it. Rich, chime in here. But why do you like to do it, Visa?
You mean the IGTV?
Yes.
Well, one, I'm a bit lazy because I take the LinkedIn video that I've done, and it's easy to leverage one piece of work that you've done and put it on another platform. And so IGTV provides me another post that I can make on Instagram, right? Because then it goes on your, I guess you call it your newsfeed on Instagram. I'm not really sure. But it saves me on time. And I think in the beginning of my business, I used to think that I had to create a new piece of content for every platform. And before you know it, your whole day is gone. Now I've gotten a little bit more savvy where I'm like, okay, I produced one piece of content. Maybe I wrote a LinkedIn article. How can I extract what I've already done, make it into a 3-minute video for LinkedIn? Now, how can I make that maybe into a 3-minute video on IGTV, and then encourage people to go to my Facebook group if they want to learn even more on that topic? So I really try to leverage across different platforms, but it's from one idea.
Yes, repurposing.
It's your favorite thing.
It's my favorite thing. So a lot of people always ask me, how do you have time to make all these videos? I don't. I'm a huge Insta story girl. I love creating the Insta stories, downloading them, using InShot, and I can put them on any platform from there. And of course, I've learned a lot more things from Vanessa. She's, our techie guru, so I've learned, just so many things. But what you were saying about repurposing, we teach a lot of workshops and courses on that. And the thing is we want to think that everyone's seeing that one message, that one article, that one video. But the truth of the matter is, for them to get the message, how many times do they have to see it? You were in marketing. What's the rule of thumb?
About 7 times, at least.
Right.
Yes, exactly. And I also love the repurposing. I tell people all the time, video is fantastic for lots of reasons. And I know you repurpose, though, even your pictures. I mean, you do crazy things and turn them into videos. So, I mean, but repurposing, people don't realize with video especially, you can take out the audio for a podcast. You can snapshot the video for a picture. There are so many uses for videos, and Rich was joking. He's like, I lied, less is not more, but I know what he's saying. Less can be more if we strip down to the heart of the message. You could say what you want in less than 60 seconds. You don't want to get to the point where you're talking 45 minutes and just fluffing it. because no one's going to may not watch the 45 minutes period. But if you can keep it consistent with an educational or attracting standpoint, whether you're trying to, get people fired up, like, I don't know about you, Visa, but I have this thing on YouTube where I love watching, is it the hot ones? Is that what it's called? I don't watch it very often, where they're eating the hot wings.
Oh.
The hot wings, and it gets hotter and hotter. Rich, you're going to call me out because I know I haven't seen it. I have seen it, but I haven't know the title. But they keep it interesting. They keep it educational. Mm-hmm. They keep it fun because they're about to lose their tongues because it's so hot. I do agree that longer content can be engaging. It can be educational. It's the format that it's done. I also believe that 45-minute content can be stripped down to less than 60 seconds, and it can almost be more impactful than the 45 minutes in its totality.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's what I love about, Visa's videos. I see them, and the other thing is consistency in what you're putting out as well. Mm-hmm. If you put out random videos just to be putting them out, people aren't going to get your message. I think it really messes up with your brand. So, I think we're very consistent with our branding, and we've seen that. I got on LinkedIn in October, and I think you got on around the same time, and I've seen a huge shift in the last 2 months because I think we're finally getting that platform, and they're doing the beta testing now for live, which Vanessa and I are chomping at the bit to go live on LinkedIn.
Pet peeves on it.
We really want to go live because we love live streaming. But, you were talking about the other two platforms. I actually feel for you, if I were coaching from a social media standpoint, that Instagram would be huge for you because of the international pull. Because Instagram, 60% of the people are actually living outside of the U.S.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
Well, and if we can just pull up really quickly, Visa, just 10 seconds. So Oz is going to pull up really quickly, just 10 seconds of your Instagram. People, you need to go look at Visa because look at her Instagram. She's got a wonderful marriage of pictures and words, and you do that as well, Brandy, the words. She also uses the IGTV. She uses just straight videos. It's a fabulous way to marry the two. And she's also using some color schemes in there as well. So
branding.
Branding, exactly. That's your right and Brandy, you want to take it from there?
Yeah, so that was one of the big things with you, Visa, is that it doesn't look cookie cutter though. It doesn't, you still have a feel. Your personality's coming through, and you're mixing it up for all the different audiences, because we have to remember there's 4 different personality types. Those dominant personality types, those people that are looking for more of the social, like you were saying, it is a social platform. They do just want to come for the fun or come for the fun quote, but your ideal target wants to come for that value that you're delivering, and I think you show that beautifully on your Instagram.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think it's gorgeous.
My Instagram sucked.
So the biggest thing, I think the biggest thing about your Instagram though is actually the back work, and I call it 3 deep. We're going to be doing a webinar on this, but you can go 3 deep on LinkedIn, 3 deep on Instagram, and what that means is you've got to go find those people that are following you, and you've got to go 3 layers deep into those people that are following them, because that's your audience, right? So we love teaching that, and we're going to be doing a webinar about that soon on LinkedIn and Instagram. But you got to go, same as you're doing on LinkedIn, and engage with them and have those conversations and bring them back to your page.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think that is one area that I definitely probably need more guidance on, is building relationships beyond, like I'm really good at being consistent and posting content that speaks to my audience, right? But I keep hearing, build relationships. I'm like, okay, I get what that means, but how do I do that, right? How do I take it beyond, like, to solidify the people that you meet online?
Yeah, I think, and we have Dan, who's our CXO with the Phoenix Factor, and we've been learning a lot from him, but that's what he does. And I love it when I talk to marketing people, because I used to be a little intimidated, to be honest, people that have marketing degrees, and now I realize they're the ones that are actually a little left out sometimes, because it is about relationship marketing. It is about social media marketing, and that wasn't around. I'm 46. When I started my first business in my 20s, there was no social media, literally. So I've learned all of this, and I love it because I love to talk and I love to write, so it was perfect for me.
Exactly. So Visa, one thing that I love that you do, she's very consistent about her headers and visibility. I even looked at your header on Facebook. It is stunning. You've made a point to capture moments of who you are, to really engage with that. What is your take? You said that you do have a marketing background. What is your take on visuals in what you do?
I tell myself that maybe it's a story I tell myself is that I'm not a very visual person, right? But I did hire a graphic designer to design a logo. I thought that was worth the investment, and she did a great job. It wasn't maybe a deep dive, but I was pulled to certain colors like vibrant, right? That's me. And she was like, okay. And she showed up a few colors to me. We picked it out. And so I try to keep that vibrancy and some of those colors resonating in some of the things that I do. And yeah, so I don't have a huge background in like maybe visuals or branding, a logo and stuff, but I believe that your branding is your personality, right? So much of your branding is how you come across to other people. And that to me speaks louder than any visual ever could. The visual stuff is, for me, is icing on the cake.
Yeah. What do you think when you see other people? As a matter of fact, I want to do something. You know, I like shaking things up.
Of course you love shaking. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. So if anybody's watching right now and you're on, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, we don't get those headers, but let's say LinkedIn and Facebook. If you drop a comment right now and say, own your fire, right? We're going to reach out to you. We're going to walk you through creating a banner, but you have to agree to do it live with Vanessa and I to give you pointers. Because when I go to LinkedIn and I see people with amazing content, they have no banner, no personality on their page. Most people are, I believe, going to just keep on scrolling.
Yeah. So one thing I did invest in is professional photography, right? Like I believe in the power of that. So on 2 occasions, I've done professional headshots and photos, and I can do Canva. I taught myself how to do Canva, and it probably would have saved some time if I just paid somebody to do it, but I decided to do it on my own. And so I make sure that I'm consistent across. And I do know, thanks to Brandy, the power of having those headers be consistent, because no matter what social media platform people land on, they know immediately what you stand for and what you do. You just have to make it super easy for them.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that immediately builds a little trust and rapport that you've put the work in and that you're consistent.
Yeah, we're both a big proponent of anyone can learn anything. We just have to put the time into it. Anyone can be an expert at what they do. I'll be the first to tell everybody online I didn't go to film school. But I am an expert at video editing, but I also put an hour of learning every single night into it. Every single night, I YouTube, download, find a new course, learn something new, to do what I do. So I am a full proponent that anyone, and we're a full proponent that anyone can do anything on their phone.
Oh, yeah.
Anything on their phone now. You don't need fancy equipment. It all can be done on the phone, right, Brandy?
Absolutely. I literally do everything on my phone. The only thing that you ever see me post are the Camtasia videos that I've been doing lately, because I have to do them for laptop. But because I'm sitting waiting on my kids, I have 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm going to use this time to make a video. And, I know you have, you're a mom as well. So it's like we have to find those secret moments sometimes to get some of those things done.
We absolutely do. My phone, is my best friend. I'm sure my husband, my kids hate it, but I'm like, I run my business on this. It is my lifeline. You cannot judge me.
Yes.
All right, everybody that's watching, we've got Anton, we've got Rich, we've got lots of people. George, hey George, thanks for watching. Start shouting out and give us some questions that you want for Visa. Visa, of all the platforms, which one is your least favorite?
Oh, Instagram, easy. Instagram is my least favorite because I still feel like I'm stumbling around trying to figure it out. And I think I definitely have comparison syndrome when it comes to Instagram, because I follow a lot of people that have these beautiful visuals, right? They have a color theme. It just looks flawless. And I want mine to look like that. And it doesn't. And I can't help but look at the followers, right? Like, no matter, I am a mindset coach and I tell people don't play the comparison game, but I'm human. So I would look at the unfollowing and the following, and I'm like, I don't get Instagram. Like one day I would have lost 20 people, and that bothers me, and I know it shouldn't, but it does.
Well, the new algorithms are going to punish people for that. If they unfollow, It's going to push their algorithms down, almost down to 6% of their full exposure that they could be getting. So you're going to see a lot of those shifts. But, we hear this in the Girls on Fire Inner Circle. We do a weekly, coaching call, and we consistently hear this. And we always remind everyone those vanity metrics you're going to have to get away from, because here's the truth of the matter. I was one of those people a couple of years ago, and I constantly focused on that number, but I was getting no business. I had a huge number, no business. When I quit worrying about the number, when I quit worrying about the look, and I started mixing things up a little bit, my numbers, as far as leads, right, engagement, people calling me and saying, hey, I want to take your program, or hey, I want to do coaching with you, went way up. So I get it. We call it, the comparison coma or analysis paralysis. But once again, I feel strong. If I were coaching you on social media, however, I would definitely want you on Instagram, like I said, because you have that international pull, and your target market is definitely on Instagram.
Yeah, and I would encourage you, Visa, also. Sorry, go ahead. You first.
I did have a question on hashtags. I get tired of doing hashtags. Can you give some pointers? I don't know whether you want to do it today, or maybe you do it inside of your membership program. But hashtags drive me insane.
So I think we've kind of given this cat out of the bag quite a few times. Go to all-hashtag.com.
Exactly.
And maybe it's the day of the week, maybe it's the subject of your post, and it will give you more hashtags than you can even put out there. Now, on Instagram, they look at it as spamming if you put too many. Even though you're allowed 30, we say to have 2 to 3 signature hashtags you use, 2 to 3 hashtags that have to do with your post. And then here's the thing, you need to post your hashtags to go out to your ideal market, right? So maybe if you are looking at women in India, for example, I would use hashtags that they're going to be following.
Right.
Okay.
So we have a question for you from Anton Gray, Visa. He wants to know, of all the platforms out there, which has been the most effective for you in finding new clients?
Oh, that's an easy one. LinkedIn. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah. How long have you been on LinkedIn, Visa?
Since October. And
so very quick, but you're using it effectively.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember launching one of my new programs on LinkedIn. I think it was around February, and I enrolled 6 people within a matter of 4 weeks into that program, and it blew me away because I could have marketed myself on Facebook in the past, and maybe gotten a couple of clients, but LinkedIn, like every client that came through was like, I found you on LinkedIn, and I read your article, and I read your posts every day, and I feel like you're speaking, you're in my head every day, and I'm like, what? It was amazing.
So what do you think? And Anton said, thanks so much. He gave you the thumbs up just now. What do you think, though? I was looking this morning at your Facebook. Your header is beautiful. You don't right now post a whole lot on Facebook, and I love the lives. You do lives quite consistently. You said you don't like Facebook that much. Why is that?
So I have a Facebook group that I'm pretty active in, but Facebook business page, I don't spend a lot of time. It's like my stepchild. But I remember it, I'll be like, oh, I haven't posted in a while. I better go post on that. And then I do it. So I don't know how effective Facebook business pages are, but I do have an active Facebook group that's, private, and I kind of vet people before they get in there. And I'm very active on that.
Nice. I do love when you go live on your business page. I think it is, like you said, it's a beneficial tool to be able to repurpose for Instagram or IGTV. We can not only go live on Instagram, but we can utilize the feature on Facebook Live, and we can repurpose that to IGTV as well. It's going to be a little bit different format, but we can still accommodate that, even though we're going rectangle versus tall. But with the way that you shoot, like you're doing with your camera, it's no problem to crop in. So,
yeah, I feel like you need 6 devices to go on live on everything.
We're doing a workshop on that.
And we are doing a workshop on that. She's right. We are doing the workshop on how to minimize the pain. Let me tell you, from a professional standpoint, when they announced IGTV, I literally like shit hit the fan for me. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? It's like tall versus wide. You're just killing me. And then I realized I love what Gary Vee does. He just tells people to flip their phone. And I'm all like, boom, done. Literally shoot it wide and then rotate it and tell people, flip your phone. I'm all for that.
That's a great tip, and I didn't even set you guys up for that. I was just like, I need help. I literally feel like I need like 6 different devices when I go live. I'm like, I wish I could do it on this and this and this and this and this, but all at the same time, you know? So that's a great workshop that you guys are doing. I'm sure if I have that issue, plenty of other people have that issue too.
So as a mindset transformation coach, Visa, and the women that you work with, is there a common thread? The common pain that they're all telling you, like, oh my goodness, this, oh my goodness, this, oh my goodness, this.
Yes, the common thread would be I am working so hard at creating success for myself, and yet it doesn't feel like I'm anywhere close to being successful. They feel like they are failing at everything, whether it's their marriage, they wish it could be better, whether it's to be a better parent to their children. They didn't lose their shit so much with their kids. I know I definitely was there. And just feeling like, you know, I wish life was more juicy is the only word. I love using that word juicy, like you're biting into a peach, right? And it's juicy and it's so ripe and tasty. I wish life felt that way. You know, they know it can because they're watching all these other people live amazing lives. And they're wondering, why isn't that happening to me? And they think hard work is the answer, right? Work harder, work harder, work harder, you'll get that. And then they do, they might get a little bit of a taste of what they want. And then and then the hunger starts again. They can never sustain that feeling. So that is the common thread that I see from women that when I speak to them, and it's a lack of confidence. It's a lack of learning to trust your intuition. It's a lack of boundaries. It's a lack of putting themselves first. They've never been told that that's okay. And that is actually what leads you to become happier because they've been told that's selfish. I can't do that. I can't put myself first, you know? And I also feel the culture that I come from has a huge part to play in that because women are supposed to sacrifice themselves for their families to benefit. Big lie.
You know, I think that's important to know. I know that you saw it. I saw your post on Instagram, a video. You got very real a couple days ago. And you're like, I was in this moment where me and my husband were yelling at the kids. And what I realized you said was that I wasn't happy and I wasn't putting me first. And I do that. I mean, I explode. I mean, I have to admit to everybody, I explode at times. You know, they're saying, Mommy help, Mommy help. And it's 20 times a day. Mommy help, Mommy help, Mommy help, Mommy help. And you just lose it sometimes. I've done it. I'm gonna admit it. I've done it. And then I realized, like you said, if I had put me first during the day, then I could have happened to take advantage of all those times during the day where I was not overwhelmed to do the things that other people needed help with.
Yeah, that was a big aha moment for me. I remember after I'd done all this mindset work, it was just a typical day. My kids were just, Mommy, 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 like it was never ending. But I just remember being so calm, so centered, so present and available to whatever it is that they wanted in that moment. And I was like, holy crap, like I've come such a long way. And I asked myself, well, what's shifted? And the only thing that shifted was I had paid so much more attention to what I needed, not just that day, but a lot of consistent days. It had built up, like I had put money in the bank for myself, you know? So when that moment finally came when my kids were just bugging me, like they normally do, they're kids, I didn't lose my shit. And I was like, yes, this is what it's about.
I think one of the big things too, because I've done a lot of coaching around this as well, is I always say love yourself most, you know, because the things that moms have to remember is when they go and they do all this work and they're not giving themselves a pat on the back, they're not stopping to be grateful or appreciative for what has happened. What are you teaching your children, right? So for me, like my children, I have a mirror in their bathroom and it's written on the bottom, and every day I ask them, what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? And if I have those moments, which I still do, I still have the moments where, especially with my sassy little 6-year-old, you know, if I blow up, I have a conversation after that though, and I explain to her, it doesn't make it acceptable that I did that, but here's why I did it, and maybe here's how we can work through it. And we don't think about having those conversations with children, but imagine if someone had those conversations with us at that age. But we've got to start, you know, breaking that cycle somewhere.
Yeah, I love that.
Go ahead, Visa.
No, I was just about to say part of it is also my own perfectionism, right? Like I'm such a perfectionist. And I drove myself to be a perfect mom. And part of that rippled into how I acted with my kids, because if my kids weren't acting perfectly, then that must be a reflection of what I'm not doing, right? So much of it is about my own perfectionism, and now I worked on that, and now I help women let go of those ideas of perfectionism.
Totally get that.
Hey, Diane. Diane Sessoms is watching. So hey, Diane, if you have a question for Visa, please let us know. Visa, I want to get, though, we've talked a lot about social media. We talked about you know, pictures and Facebook and LinkedIn and what you do and who you are. I want to see the behind the scenes woman, though. I want to know, like, this is a random question. Where it's Fire Day, we're going to float out. I'm nervous. So what is your favorite food, your go-to food? Because, you know, you've lived in the UK, you lived in India, you live in the United States and Maryland. What's your favorite food? And then what is your secret indulgence?
Oh, my favorite food is probably sushi. That's one of my superpowers. Is I can eat my body weight probably in sushi. That's how much I love sushi.
That's awesome.
My favorite indulgence, probably going, I don't know whether you want food, but massages. Like anytime there's any reason to celebrate, I'm like, massage, get me in there, 90 minutes. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Brandy, you have anything that you want to ask?
No, I think we covered the gamut. I just want to remind everyone, if they are watching and they want us to take them through a free, quick little Canva episode to fix up a banner on LinkedIn or Facebook, you got to comment with #OwnYourFire.
Exactly. And on the Phoenix Factor?
On the Phoenix Factor.
On the Phoenix Factor. All right, Visa. It's been a pleasure. Now the biggest part. Where can they find you? Where can they like, follow, subscribe, be your best friend?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so on LinkedIn, you can find me as Visa Shanmugam. I probably should have written this down before we came online. You can find me as Visa Shanmugam on LinkedIn, and you can find me as Visa Shanmugam on Instagram as well. I tried to get the exact same name across all of it. And on Facebook, Visa Lakshi Shanmugam. So it's VISALAKSHI. Visa Lakshi is actually my full name, but I had to shorten it to Visa for a lot of reasons when I moved to England, because people got scared by that name. So I'm known as Visa Lakshi Shanmugam on my Facebook business page. Yep.
Awesome, awesome. Everyone watching, thank you so much. I want to give a quick shout out. Thank you, Rich Cardona. Thank you, Anton Gray. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, George. Thank you, Justine. Thank you to the world for joining us with Visa. And she is Becoming You is her business, Becoming You. She is a mindset transformation coach. It's been our honor and pleasure to talk with her, talk to her about what she does, talk to her about what her frustrations are with social media and what she loves to do, and getting to know, you gotta skip to the end of the video, what is her secret food and her secret indulgence. Again, she told you where to find her. Please like, follow, subscribe the world to her. Visa Shanmugam, Becoming You LLC. This is Brandy Holloway with the Phoenix Factor and Girls on Fire. Holla. I'm Vanessa Lay with You at Do It. And we have someone exciting for Fire Day next week.
Oh, yes, we do.
He's a big guy when it comes to artificial intelligence and lots of things. And let me tell you, if you haven't met him, he's a connector.
Yes, he is.
A connector on Facebook, Doug. Make sure to go follow him, Doug Thompson. Make sure to go follow him. He will be next Friday on Fire Day. I'm Vanessa Lane, Brandy Holloway, Visa Shanmugam. See you next week. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.